of our students, they'll kind of leave us when they're about between like 17 and 24, because obviously we do higher education as well. When they leave and then go off into the world of work, how long can they expect to work for, do you think?
Well, that's a difficult question, isn't it? Because the retirement age is rising as we speak. And many people are living a lot longer, which is fantastic, which means that some of them can work for as long as they are still able to. But the pensions crisis in this country is real, and that does mean that we are going to have to probably work longer in order to be able to afford what we want to have in terms of a decent retirement. So at the moment, certainly into the mid to late 60s, I think is probably a reality for a lot of your young people. But remember, that doesn't mean that it's all doom and gloom. A lot of those years they'll want to be working as well. Many people want to work into their older age because it gives them that sense of satisfaction and independence.
That's probably a movable feast at the moment. I can't see it being the same now as it is when they ultimately end up retiring. We're living longer, and the cost of providing a sort of pension system is increasing. So I think unfortunately people need to work longer than their parents, who in turn work longer than their parents.
So the reality of life really is that we are all living longer. So at the moment, that student's parents, for example, might have seen that their pension age has gone up a little bit. So from roughly 65 to roughly 67, 68. I'm saying roughly because it's actually quite a technical thing, and it's even changing as we speak very slightly. So I think it would be fair to assume that people of our age will perhaps be expected to work a year or a few years even longer than that. And I think it must be said that that is fair in the context of us all living longer. Medicine has come on so much since the state pension was first invented. And also, we've got to be able to pay for it. It is not affordable for the country to have the luxury, if you like, of stopping working on the calculation that it used to be when the state pension was first set up.
This country isn't wealthy enough to be able to retire people very early in midlife on the state pension. We haven't got the money to fund that. If we were like Norway, perhaps we might be able to, but we're not. We're running up we run up a deficit every single year. Every year we are spending more than we're raising in taxes. That's having the effect of putting up the national debt. We cannot pay ourselves out of nothing. That money will have to be repaid at some stage. It will be accruing interest. We have got all to work harder. That is the unfortunate message.
Pensions are something that you pay for throughout your working life, through your taxes, through your national insurance. It's something you're entitled to by right. It's not something charitable, and it's not something the government has any right to take away from you.